first ever Cincinnati Bengal to be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Player. So obviously Paul Brown was in there a long time before Anthony Munoz strolled through those doors. And Anthony Munoz here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you been, Anthony?
Great, Rich. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How bullish on you are you on the current Bengals going into this season?
I feel good. I feel good about them. I think, talent-wise, they're pretty good. I think, there's a couple pieces that are missing that they need to get back. But I think they have another shot this year. I think they still are in that window of opportunity, and feeling good about them.
Now, I know. It's just they got to win in January, right? I mean, that's
exactly.
I mean, that's the bottom line. How can you go about a campaign in a business of getting to January and just knowing it really, for those who are observing you, obviously in the locker room's a different story. But those are observing, it doesn't really matter. All you got to do is get to January and then come up with the W there,
Which
Anthony.
is crazy because the success they've had with the last 5-6 years. I mean, 10-plus wins just about every year, getting in the playoffs. And it's just once that regular season's over, it's like, okay, well, they're in the playoffs, so it's Houston, they're going to lose. It's Pittsburgh. So as long as we don't play Houston or Pittsburgh, maybe we'll get that first win.
No, unfortunately, I believe they're on the docket, Anthony. I believe they're on the docket. Both.
No, I understand. That's regular season. So if they can beat them in the regular season, because they usually don't have a problem beating people in the regular season. It's in the postseason. So, but they'll get tested early. Of course, we know they open up in New York against the Jets, and then they go to Pittsburgh, and then Denver at home. So, they've drawn a pretty stiff schedule. So we'll see exactly how good they are right away.
Anthony Munoz joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Is Andy Dalton a Super Bowl caliber quarterback in your mind?
I think so. I think he's elevated. Up until the injury last year, I think he took his play to the next level, and not only physical play on the field, but I think the mental approach. And I could just see a difference. I go to all the home games. I watch on television when he's playing. I could just watch a different person on the field. And with who he has around him, if they can stay healthy with the offensive line, the running backs, of course, AJ, and get Tyler Eifert healthy, I think that's a big key for this offense. And I think they've done another great job in their draft. They lose Sanu and Jones, and they draft Tyler Boyd. And, of course, the sleeper Alex Erickson, the free agent from Wisconsin who has stepped it up, and some other young guys. I think they've done a nice job addressing their needs on the offense.
Who's the best team in the NFL going into the season, do you think?
Wow, that's a great question. I still look at Seattle, even though they have a new running back. Arizona. I look at the Patriots every year. Even though Brady's out early in the season, it's one of those things that. So I don't know. It's there's some decent teams out there, and maybe some teams like Arizona is still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's one of those things right now, Anthony. That's what makes the NFL so popular. I think is it could be anybody. It really could be. Well, mostly anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But it really there's no reason why the Colts can't come back from what happened last year and catch fire and win it all. And there's no reason why Dak Prescott can't become the new Brady or Kurt Warner and become the star of the team with the star on the side of the helmet. It really is incredible.
Well, especially with the line he has, the tight end, the wide receivers, and then of course, again he's a rookie, but I mean, how talented is Elliott? I mean, if he can keep things together, and so as a rookie quarterback that's taken over for Omo. We'll see, how he does. And at least the preseason, he's shown that he can do it. So you're right. If he's got a pretty good supporting cast, and I mean, what a great situation for a rookie quarterback. As you know, most rookie quarterbacks come into a situation where the team, if they're drafted high, the team is not very good. So they're not going to have the greatest protection. They're not going to have the greatest running game. But here you got a situation where the team is really, really good up front and has some pretty good perimeter players. And then you got a rookie starting at quarterback. So maybe it's a great situation for him.
Pro Football Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. And let's go back a level now. What are you and the rest of the Trojan alumni base saying about the team right now? What are you thinking?
Well, I know I'm saying we got to hang in there. We got to know that we're not back where we should be. I mean, I look at it realistically and look at the sanctions that we've been through. As crazy as I thought that whole thing was for one guy, and we're not back. I mean, we're not back reloading the way that an SC program should be. And, I was down in Dallas with 5 of my college buddies. We played together, went to school together. And I was close enough to the field watching both teams run out, and it was obvious. It's,
What do you mean?
Just looking at them, again, you got to play the game, but just looking at the size of these guys as they ran out from the front lines to the secondary, there was just a pretty good difference. And I thought we would show much better because our offensive line, every one of them has been starting for about 3 years. I thought we had some pretty good perimeter players, but it was obvious that Alabama's, right now, much better. So I think it'll. I love Clay Helton. I think that was a good hire. I think we'll eventually be back, but we are just not a USC football team the way we should be.
Did you pull Lynn Swann aside in Canton? Did you pull him aside and just give him a little bit of the alumni thought process?
Well, I'm sure I don't have to. I'm sure there's plenty of them that already started. Not even Monday, but Saturday night afterwards and Sunday, especially with social media, as you know, it happens quickly. And, my buddies and I, we didn't leave Dallas until Monday. We played golf Sunday morning. And, of course, the talk that we had amongst ourselves, we're reading all the social medias, and it had already started. So I'm not going to be one to do that because I know there's plenty of guys that played there and have gone there that are doing it. So, I just wish the best for Lynn and for this football team. And I believe we'll be back. I mean, I believe we'll be back to where we need to be.
And football is returning, Anthony Munoz, to Mexico City on November 21st in a game that right now, preseason, looks like it could be a humdinger between the Raiders and Texans in Estadio Azteca. Not to get political with you, but, I mean, with what's going on and how Mexico is in the news and being discussed in the presidential campaign, how important do you think this game is for America to lay its eyes on Mexico, even though it will be 2 weeks after the election? But how about our life and times and what this game means within it?
I think relationally, I think it's great. I think it's, I was down there the last time we had an NFL regular season game, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. It was Super Bowl-ish atmosphere. I mean, the fans down there are very, very knowledgeable, and I think this can only help the relationship between the two countries. And I'm glad that, it's happening again. I'm glad that, I'm going back down there. We've been down there for 3 years working with NFL Mexico and youth character programs. And, we've been in both these cities, Houston and the Raiders. Of our 23 cities, we've been in both these cities doing our youth initiatives. And I know the Raiders are interested in doing some stuff down there with us. We'll be down there, it looks like, for about 3-4 days doing some youth programs. We've worked with the Texans. They've been phenomenal. Like every team that we've worked with have been very supportive in what we're doing in their respective cities. Even though I didn't play in any of these cities other than Cincinnati, they have been great because we're going in there. We're hopefully giving these young people some tools, not only teaching them the game of football, but we're giving them some tools to get through life. And, again, like I said, Rich, I was down there the last time we had an NFL game, and the atmosphere was electric. I've been going down to Mexico on either mission trips or clinics since when I was playing, which is a long time ago, in the mid to late 80s, and I continue to go down there. Like I said, these fans down there are very knowledgeable about American football. Everybody thinks soccer, but there is thousands, millions of flag football kids down there, and so I'm excited about going down again. Like I said, we've been going down there for 3 years with our Play 60 character camps, and get another opportunity to go down. But again, answering your question, I think this is great for relationships, and I think it's wonderful. We've been to Mexico City down there. It's a great city, a lot of good people, so I'm looking forward to it. My grandparents and great-grandparents were born and raised there, came up. So, that's what makes it extra special for me, is that even though I was born in the United States, American, Hispanic, I love going back down there where my roots are from, and hopefully passing on not only the game of football, but character and life skills to these young men and women.
Well, Anthony, I appreciate you coming on. I know you're part of the Built Ford Tough Offensive Line of the Week award that you're going to be part of presenting every single week,
right?
To give those guys up front their due. Right? right, Anthony?
Exactly. I'm excited about it. Of course, Ford, the official truck of the NFL, and I've been brought on as part of the team, as a partner, to help promote this Built Ford Tough Offensive Line of the Week award, where every week, not just one individual, as we do most of the time with accolades, but the entire unit. So we'll be watching them every week, talking about them. Hopefully, we just don't have one offensive line every week. Hopefully, it's a variety of them.
Okay.
Things are going pretty well. But the fun thing is the fans can get involved. They can go to NFL.com/Ford and not only learn more about this program, Rich, but they can have a chance to win the toughest ticket. And that's tickets to Super Bowl 51 in Houston, and a chance to win a new NFL-themed Ford Super Duty truck.
Thank you.
So that's great for the fans to check that out.
Thank you, Anthony, for coming on. I love chatting with you. It's been too long.
Rich, anytime, buddy. Anytime. Enjoy being with you.
Thank you. Certainly when you're out here for USC games, Anthony, stop by the studio. We'd love to have you.
All right. Sounds good.
You got it.
We'll do that.
At Anthony Munoz, HOF.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.